On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
It's happening from other women. And they only get this label from women that used to rock with them. They never had a criticism. They never held them accountable and said that, girl, you need to be doing this or this differently in order to get a man when she was by herself along with her friends. But then they automatically start to have a problem with her and her femininity, and she's shutting up and all of this. Like, look at how Kayla defined femininity. Her 3 points in defining femininity, she didn't define it the way that men look at it. She didn't highlight it the way that men look at it. She highlighted it from the perspective of other women that will call another woman a pygmisha. And so if you really want to know the answer to the question, that's the reality of it, is because they're breaking away from the sister code and they getting results, and they don't like that, because either you're going to do it our way or you're not going to do it no way at all. And they're not going to admit it to you like that. But the reality is that these chicks is mad at other chicks because they're getting results. That's the truth.
Number one, what you identified and kind of locked into as, you know, relating from an island girl perspective, right, is not just unique to the islands. Because guess what? Western modern Black women are taught the exact same thing, right? Go out here, get your education, be self-sufficient, put yourself in a position where you don't need a man, right?
Why do you think that that's taught?
So, I mean, and I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. Okay, I really don't. If we
go down this, I'm just saying.
So wait. Before I answer, if we go down that and I answer, do we come to a resolve at the end of it?
Yeah.
Before I go down this.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I really want to have this, especially.
So you want my opinion on why we're at this place?
Yep.
Because
why do you?
Listen, as we've discussed before, plenty of times. Between the baby boomers and Generation X, those parents taught their children. They didn't want their children to end up how they did, right? So they raised their girls, right? This whole stigma, and I'm talking specifically about Black communities that birthed modern Black women. Are you still following me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm asking, Kay. I'm just asking.
You don't have to patronize me.
I promise you, I'm not. I'm just asking.
Come on. Well, don't make me pull up.
All right, okay. Give him grace. Let him finish.
I'm just playing.
Pull up out here if you want to.
I'm kidding. I'm playing, obviously.
You can pull up out here if you want to. So the Generation X and the baby boomers raised their daughters in particular. Get out here. You don't need a man. Go get your education. It's more encouraged for women to go to school, get their education, seek their career. Right now, I think Kayla was saying,
why did that start though? That was the question.
What do you mean? It's single motherism?
No. Why did it start? That are we talking about Black people specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Single motherism.
So why did it start for Black women to start being these heads of household? Why did that happen? What was because it wasn't always that way, right? Can you agree?
I agree that it wasn't always that.
So
way.
what was the catalyst for change?
Well, I'm missing the point. So maybe you could feed it to me. What was the catalyst in your opinion?
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I'm asking. I'm conceding that I may not know, or maybe I'm missing your point. So maybe you have insight. So I concede the point, right? I'm gonna ask you, what do you think? I see you
doing a little gambit move.
I'm just asking you, what do you think?
I see you suiciding the queen.
Okay.
I see what you're doing. But
what do you think the catalyst was?
So I think that, the times that we like to romanticize from the past, that I'm sure you've all heard, in the 1950s and the 60s, women were at home, blah, blah, whatever. That was cool. But there was a whole specific situation that happened in terms of Black men, a couple of decades after that, in terms of the criminal justice system, in terms of just the way education is done, in terms of a lot of things. And all of these created a need for Black women to step up. What else would have happened if there was a family where the man is no longer there and he was usually the breadwinner, the leader? If he's no longer there,
Nope.
then what should anyone do? There has to be someone stepping up.
Okay, that point doesn't stand.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
How does that point not
You're going down a
stand?
rabbit hole of food.
So we don't care about mass incarceration. We don't
Just
care about
please
racism.
mute her
We
for
don't care
5
about the
seconds,
criminal
bro.
justice. We don't care about
Just
any
for
of
5
that.
seconds, bro. Just mute her.
That's why I asked before I went
Please.
down there.
So here's the thing. Before we get too far off track, the reality is that nobody is truly answering the question. Nobody has answered the question at all, not even a little bit. The reality is that women are upset about the push for femininity from other women because they breaking away from their victim Olympics and sisterhood, and they getting the results. Every single day we see. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. Every single day we see women jump on these platforms and whine about the fact that they do not have a man, that they can't find a man. They can't find a man that want to align with them. They want the top 10% of men, but they, understand that their sexual marketplace value continues to go down as they get older. They break away from the sister code and then they align with men in order to get the results that they want. And in order for them to do that, right, because there is some work that has to be done. They have to deprogram themselves from thinking a certain type of way. And in order to do that, you're going to lose friends, right? You're not going to be able to kick it with your homegirls as much because there's going to be a man. If you want this certain type of guy, you're going to have to subject yourself to thinking a certain type of way, and you're going to have to break away from your homegirls in order to get that, because your homegirls is thinking toxic. They're not getting the results that they want. And then that's when they start labeling you a pick-me-sha and all of these other type of things, because then you become the thing that men truly want. And then what they say is that, well, those women aren't happy anyway, when the reality is that they are. The majority of women that are winning are quiet. And then the ones that truly that start to speak up, they get silenced, not by other men, but by other women. Other women come from them, because you don't see no guys calling these chicks pick-me-shas. You only see it from women.
You just see them not marrying them.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Are not married.
Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. I want to get my 5 seconds off. This is happening from other women, and they only get this label from women that used to rock with them. They never had a criticism. They never held them accountable and said that, girl, you need to be doing this or this differently in order to get a man, when she was by herself along with her friends. But then they automatically start to have a problem with her and her femininity, and she's shutting up and all of this. Like, look at how Kayla defined femininity, her 3 points in defining femininity. She didn't define it the way that men look at it. She didn't highlight it the way that men look at it. She highlighted it from the perspective of other women that will call another woman a pick-me-sha. And so if you really want to know the answer to the question, that's the reality of it, is because they're breaking away from the sister code and they getting results, and they don't like that, because either you're going to do it our way or you're not going to do it no way at all. And they're not going to admit it to you like that. But the reality is that these chicks is mad at other chicks because they're getting results. That's the truth.